Hey there, welcome to NZ Money Karma, where you can find freedom from the daily grind through budgeting, simple living, and adventure. I'm going through my present drawer today because I'm looking at what it takes for our family to have a frugal Christmas, and part of that is being organised and having things in advance. I do a lot of secondhand shopping, not exclusively secondhand though. Like if I can find the right gift for the right person and it's secondhand, great, that's what I'll go for. If I can't, then I am happy to buy something new. I just don't want to be in that position where you feel like you have to buy something just for the sake of having to buy something. I think many of us have had that feeling. I've definitely had that feeling where it's kind of getting close to a holiday or close to a birthday and it's like, oh, I've just got to get them something. Whether or not that something is a gift that I really want to give or whether or not it's just something so that I can give it and kind of cross it off my list, I guess. That's one of the main things, I guess, that I'm trying to avoid by being organised when I have a frugal Christmas. So I thought I would take you through some of the gifts that I've got so far. Some are secondhand, some are new, and we'll go from there. Just wait 2 ticks. Okay, before we even start going through the presents per se, I'll just show you what I'm going to decorate them with. Now, this isn't an exhaustive list or pile, but each year I save the ribbons that I use. So some of them are very cute, like I bought this from Spotlight, honestly, about 10 years ago now. And it's got a little bear and a little Christmas tree and it says Merry Christmas on it. So it's really cute ribbon. It's made of cotton. If someone gives me, I don't buy this kind of ribbon, but if someone gives me a gift and it has this ribbon on it, I will save it because I like to make the presents look nice. Oh, here's another one. Same time. I bought all this cotton ribbon at the same time. I've never seen it since. Otherwise, I would buy more of it because it's been really good to be able to reuse and keep its shape and stuff. That just says a Father Christmas with ho, ho, ho. Yeah. Sometimes I've been able to find, I found the string, like a ball of the string at the second-hand shop. So I bought it because it was red and white stripes. And I thought that's cute for Christmas. All that kind of stuff. So I'm always kind of looking, what can I use to wrap my gifts in that make it cute? So that's the first thing. I'm reusing some ribbon. So obviously I've bought some of that because I bought it 10 years ago, but I'm still using it. So I feel like that was a good $2 or $3 that I spent. In here I've got fabric. Presents underneath the tree. If I have fabric, I will use it. So I save. If someone, often it's an auntie of mine who does a bit of quilting, like she'll have a little bit left over that she wants to get rid of, I'll take that and I'll use that around a present. Like if I've got a small present to wrap, I don't buy any material for this purpose, but I will take the leftovers. In the past, I've made big Christmas bags. Really, they were really, really cute. I didn't make them for my kids. I made them for some other people's kids, but they didn't say thanks, so I thought I won't do that again. This is really cute, like little gingerbread men. So yeah, I will have a combination of this kind of stuff. I've also got some plain string. So sometimes I do it up like that, or I might do 2 bits of cloth. This year I came across some cute wrapping paper. It's just from Kmart. It was $6, so it wasn't cheap. But I did also think it was really cute. I have a thing that and it's really silly because my kids are teenagers. It's not like they believe in Father Christmas. But I always make sure I use different wrapping paper in the stockings that come from Father Christmas as opposed to the things that I wrap myself. So this is Father Christmas's wrapping paper. Okay, so that's what I'm using to wrap things with. Oh, this is also really cute fabric. Again, from my same lovely auntie who does the quilting. Little sausage dogs wrapped in Christmas lights and hats and stuff. So that's the first thing I do. That's how I'm wrapping. I also save wrapping paper. This is just a card I found at the second-hand shop, or I don't know, it's probably been floating around for ages. I don't feel the need that there has to be an envelope. If we needed to give a card to someone, I would happily just put that on top of the gift. Let's say that's the gift. I'd just put it like that and tape it on. This is the smallest piece of paper, but it's come from another present that someone's given us. So I just fold it in half and press it so it looks all nice. And same with this. There's nothing to do with Christmas, but it's really cool paper. And I do the same thing. I just put it in the bottom of a drawer on top of, with lots of heavy things on top of it, and eventually it goes nice again. Okay, so I've got some random gifts. These are not for anyone in particular. These are just things I found at the secondhand shop. So these are in new condition. So if I'm giving a gift from the secondhand shop, and it's not to my family, so this was bric-a-brac half price. So I think orange means $4. So this was $2. There is a bit of cotton there that's coming off, so I would have to chop that off. But it's a cute straw set for reusable straws. There's some metal ones, there's a couple of glass, there's a cleaner. What else is in there? Oh, yeah. And also a glass straw for smoothies and stuff. So I thought that's a cool gift. I have no one, like sometimes I just see things and I think, oh, that's something I would be happy to give, so I just buy it, regardless of whether or not now's the perfect time or not to be buying that thing. So I've got those, and I also found this on the same day, that bric-a-brac was, oh, hang on, give me a second, I might have to just go and close these curtains. Hang on. That's a wee bit better. So I'm always looking throughout the year things that will be cute. So I found this. Oh, the light's still not very good. Sorry, guys. It's got a cute rainbow on it. Plant holder. That's better. I've grown lots and lots of plants to gift this year. And like I've taken cuttings at the beginning of the year. I've been really organised with that. And then throughout the year, I just look for cute pots that I could gift them in so they look the business. And this was one of them. So yeah, really happy with that. That was more than $2. I think this was either $3 or $4 when I bought that from the secondhand shop. So that's cute. And if I don't find someone, like if I don't think, oh, this will be right for Christmas, then I can just save it for a birthday gift or something for someone. So that's two things. Also throughout the year, and normally it's right after Christmas that I find these things, I look for books. So all these books here, they're all secondhand books, but they're all about, got something to do with Christmas. So A Boy Called Christmas, Geronimo Stilton's A Christmas Tale, A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens, a Jacqueline Wilson one, Hetty Feather's Christmas. And we've got tons of these. So ever since the kids were born, I would always just look in secondhand shops and get Christmas books. So one of our traditions is leading up to Christmas, when we're doing the Advent calendar, is to get the Christmas books out. So there are picture books from when they were very little. There are art books about Christmas art. And then as they've got older, I'm just looking for more books that they could read. That's from a few years ago. I'd actually never read A Christmas Carol until last year, so that was good. Yeah, I'll show you the couple that I got for this year. Not necessarily, this one here is in perfect order. Hutu and Kawa by Avis Acres. So this is, this is a very cool New Zealand book. When I originally saw this, I thought, oh my goodness, it's in such good condition. I don't think it's ever even been opened. So it's an old school Christmas story from New Zealand. The pictures are quite iconic, and it's a special anniversary edition about Avis Acres, who was a New Zealand artist, writer, and illustrator. And this is around the 1950s, these books were created. So I saw this book and I was like, my goodness, this is in such good nick. I'm going to buy that. It was about $1 maybe. And I decided that it was too good to pass on. So I'm keeping that one for us, and that's coming into our book. And the reason, it's not that it was too good that I couldn't bear to pass it on to someone. It's just, honestly, I find a lot of the people that we gift to, like, they're often quite ungrateful. And I know that might sound ungrateful myself, and maybe that's not the spirit with which I should be giving things. But often we send a gift and they don't even acknowledge that it's there. Like I kind of have to ring a week later and just go, oh, I'm just wondering if you received the Christmas present. And they'll go, oh yeah, thanks so much. So this will be nieces and nephews that have got smaller children now. And I just kind of thought, actually, I've done it this year. I've sent I actually dropped it off ages ago when I was up in the North Island, which is where I'm from. And that is an ice cream maker. So I got the ice cream maker. I put in a pack and save voucher for the ingredients and a recipe. So hopefully they like it, but maybe they don't. My husband is very firmly of the opinion that I should stop buying any kind of gift for people who can't be bothered to say thank you. I don't know. What do you guys think? So anyway, this was the first book, and I'm keeping that. Goodness, I was almost busted. I've been waiting for ages to do this video so I could be at home on my own, and then all of a sudden I hear these big clomp, clomp, clomps, and it's like, who's there? And it's my kids. So I've just sent them around the block again with the dog so I can hopefully finish this. So this is the second book, James Patterson, Merry Christmas, Alex Cross. So just set at Christmas time, but a good novel. It's not in perfect condition, but that's all right. I think it's just nice to have a couple of other options at Christmas to read. So those are going away. Now, quickly, I'll show you what I got the kids for Christmas. Okay. So first up, I'm going to show you, this is what I put in my kids' Christmas stocking. So there's also a box of chocolates that go in, which I haven't yet bought, but they will just come out of, I've got a pack and save voucher for about $110 that I put on the Christmas, that's in the Christmas club, so hopefully that's worth a little bit more. I'll have to log on and see what's happening with that. So there'll be chocolates in everyone's stockings. Each year they get a pair of knickers each, so that's kind of like just stocking up the underpant drawer. So there's boys and girls knickers. I've got, what else is going in the stockings? There's a book each. So they go this way. These are brand new books. I did get 2 books at the secondhand shop that I thought would be great for Christmas stockings. Can I find them? I've got no idea where I have put them. They're somewhere. When I find them, they'll probably just become books for birthdays. So that's all right. As long as I like to give them a book so they have like a summer reading book. Hopefully if they're not on their devices too much, this would be, you know, just the beginning of summer reading. But as long as they read a book each summer, I'm probably not going to moan. So that's for my son, that's for my daughter. Then there will be I might put in a soap or something as well, just like a nice smelling soap, something a bit special. I haven't gone that far yet. And then the chocolates. So that's Christmas stockings. Then under the tree, on Christmas Eve each year, our kids get new pajamas. Sometimes I make them, sometimes I buy them. This year I'm making something different, so I didn't feel the need to make pajamas. I just like to make one thing. And for me, I'll be making them a pouch each to keep all their first aid kit stuff for their sports. So that's what I'm going to do over the next wee while. I might even use this Christmas material, but I won't. They wouldn't like that all year round, I don't think. So these are just actually board shorts from Kmart and a matching t-shirt. So that'll be fine. After all that, they were still there. Urgh. Anyway, I don't know if they heard that or not. That's annoying to me, but it is what it is. So anyway, there's pajamas. One lot of pajamas for a boy. And then same thing also from Kmart for a girl. So let's get a Christmas t-shirt and some cute pajama bottoms. So, you know, they're practical, aren't they? They're cute but practical because you need new undies. I'm not sewing them their undies. I am just buying them. So they need new undies. They need a new set of pajamas. So they get that each year. That's how I fulfill that need. So that's so that's under the Christmas tree. That's under the Christmas tree. Then the next gift for under the Christmas tree for each of my kids is a budget binder. So this next year, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. Let's just have a look at this one. They smell gross. I am going to be giving my kids more money, and they are going to be taking care of more of their own expenses. So instead of giving them $10 a week pocket money, I haven't decided exactly how much it will be, but whatever, I'll be giving more, and then they'll have to take care of their public transport. They'll have to take care of their friends' presents, that kind of thing, rather than me doing it. I'm going to give them more money, but they're going to be in charge of it. So I got them a budget binder each so they could kind of start sorting that out in their own way. So that's one. That comes with actually quite a few things, like a budget sheet. It's got these cute actual envelopes as well as the plastic envelopes. So that's one. So you might be wondering how much I've spent so far. So I can tell you, when I went to Kmart the other day, I spent $150, and that included pajamas for each kid, underpants for each kid, books for each kid. What else did I get there? Oh, another present that's here for my husband, and something over here for friends and family. So the books were probably, each kid had about $50 spent on them at Kmart, and then I had, you know, another portion of money for other people. But anyway, so let's just say $50 each so far is here for each kid. And this here is the one for my son, and it's just got some colour-coded things. This has got less things, less fancy things in it, but it does still have budget sheets and envelopes. So how much for these things, you're wondering? I think you'll be surprised. These were under $2 each. I know, crazy, eh? So I had a new email address, and I logged on to AliExpress. And when you have a new email address, it gives you, like, the prices are completely different. So if you haven't bought anything from AliExpress or signed up before, I dare say you'll also be able to find these great deals. So this, including postage, it's from China, was like $1.90 something. That's insane, isn't it? So hopefully these will last the kids a long time. I do prefer this one to this one, but I thought if you want to try and get a boy to use a budget binder, it probably has to just be a plain black colour. You can always put like a Canterbury sticker on it or something to kind of man it up. My daughter, I think she'll like this well enough. So that's an under the Christmas tree present. So again, something useful, but also something fun, I think. And then we've got their main Christmas present, which I am not going to reveal, but it's an experience. And the reason I'm not going to reveal it is because I'm going to tell them not to watch this video, and they might watch it, and that would be annoying. But I'm not going to reveal the main present, except to say that it's an experience, and it cost $110. So all up for the kids, because I've also got chocolates to get, so that's probably about another $7 or $8. So we've got 50 plus these, plus some chocolate. So let's say $60 here, plus $110 for the main present. So $170 on each child. That's what we've spent, and I'm completely happy with that, and they will be hopefully thrilled with that. They love the things we do leading up to Christmas, and I have looked at some experiences leading up to Christmas kind of as part of our advent calendar. I'm not sure if we're even going to do that now because the kids are, you know, so much older. I don't know if that is still going to work for us going forward, or if we have to tweak it and change it a wee bit. But things like the ballet, there's Swan Lake. We always watch the ballet. We always, every year, watch the New York City ballet, Swan Lake. No, sorry, what am I saying? The Nutcracker. Ugh. We always watch the New York City ballet Nutcracker version, which is really old. It has Macaulay Culkin in it when he's probably about 6 or something. So we watched that one, and a couple of times we've gone to the actual ballet. One year I remember we were in Wanganui, and they had their local ballet company do, I can't remember if it was the Nutcracker or Swan Lake, but this year the Royal New Zealand Ballet is doing the Nutcracker, so that would be awesome. But I looked at the price of tickets, and it's like going to cost us $400 if our family went to that. So that's not a goer, really, for us. It's pretty disappointing, actually, that so many of these experiences in New Zealand are so expensive that it just excludes huge portions of the population, me included. Anyway, so that's where we're at so far for Christmas. I'll show you what I bought for my husband. This is not normally something I would buy. It's not something I went in with the intention of buying, but I bought it anyway. I don't know. What do you think? This could be a huge mistake. Can you see that? Posture alert trainer. So it will buzz when you kind of hunch over. My husband had shoulder surgery about 8 months ago now, and he finds it really hard to realign his shoulders, even though it's fixed now. Having 20 years of having this shoulder drop has meant that he continues to drop his shoulder, even though he can now move it up. And he's talking a lot about his posture lately. And I saw that and I was like, oh, maybe he could just wear that. And when he isn't standing up straight, it will alert him and that will just help him retrain himself to stand straight. I don't know. Waste of money? What do you think? I thought it was quite cool and I think he'll actually really like it. But we'll wait and see. So that's him. We don't really do gifts. He won't buy me a gift because we don't really do gifts. But I'm just going to put that in his stocking from Father Christmas because I think he would, like it's something useful. If he had been there, he might have thought, oh, I'll buy that anyway, but I'm going to give it for Christmas. For people, this is also a Kmart purchase. For people that, I don't know, like coaches and music teachers and that kind of thing, we like to give them a gift, but often it's difficult to decide what to give them. So I've got these glass jars. So I know I probably could have got these secondhand if I had been thinking about it earlier. This wasn't what I was intending to do for those people. But then when I saw them, I was like, oh my goodness, they're really cute. I love them. They're $9 for 3 of these. So $3 per person plus the baking that we'll do. So I think we will do shortbread in here, but like with cranberries or maybe pistachio nuts. Or white chocolate is also a nice Christmas shortbread. And we'll just do that in stars and fill them up and then gift them. And hopefully that's a nice gift that people are happy to receive. Yes, I think now that this is in my mind of something that I will do, I will be very careful to look out for these over the next year. Not necessarily ones that say Merry Christmas, but just good, good sized jars that you can use for that purpose so that I don't have to buy something from Kmart that's wrapped in plastic. Well, not that I had to buy it. I chose to buy it, didn't I? But not so I don't feel like I have to do that. So I've got 2 of those. Then my husband has a Secret Santa to do. So what am I going to do for that? You might say, what is he going to do for that? But no. What am I going to do for that? So I've got things like I've made some wax candles. They smell so delicious, like honey. So I've got candles, I've got dishcloths that I've knitted, and I will probably do these up in a package. So a couple of dishcloths, a couple of candles, and maybe wrap it in a nice tea towel, something like that, or put some honey in there, like buy a jar of honey. And then I'll just look at the secondhand shop over the next week or so for a nice something to put it on. So that could either be like a nice little chopping board or a wooden plate or something like that. Just something so it's presented nicely, because I think presentation is really important when you gift. That's something that I really enjoy. What else have we got? Okay, over here. You might remember at the beginning of the year I bought lots of material from Spotlight and I was going to be making some bunting. So this is the bunting. Let's see. Let me untangle it. Can you see that? One is yellow spots and one is yellow sunflowers. So those are the flags. So that will also be a gift for a friend. I think that will be really cute in their garden, like by the greenhouse or something, or where they sit. So I'm looking forward to doing that up. There's 10 or so flags on that. I made 2 of these, so I'm probably going to keep one for myself and do it in my own garden also because I think it's really cute. I'm happy with those. So that's where we're at. I had 2 other presents that I've done that I can't show you because I've left them in the North Island also. So the last time I was in the North Island, I went to a couple of secondhand shops with my family and I got two things there that I gifted. One was a bean cutter. So that's some kind of old school cast iron bean cutter that sits onto a bench and then you go like this and it cuts all your beans. So that's a present for my dad. I can't remember exactly how much it was, but I think it was $18. And then for my stepmother was a sugar bowl, a Temuka pottery sugar bowl, to replace one that she had broken. So she had the lid but not the bowl. I found the bowl but not the lid. So that's her present. So that's sitting there ready to go. So a good mixture for me of secondhand that people want and new where needed. If I could do everything secondhand, which some years I have made that my mission, then I will for sure. But except for underpants, I won't be giving my kids secondhand underpants for Christmas. They'll always get a new pack of underpants. I think that I can live with. The guilt of that I can live with. So that's it for me. That gives you a bit of an idea of what our Christmas is shaping up to look like under the Christmas tree. As we get a wee bit closer, if you're interested in knowing what our frugal traditions are, what we kind of get up to as a family to make it feel special without spending really any extra money at all, let me know in the comments below. Just for a quick tot up of how much money we've spent. So we've got 170 and 170 for the kids, so that's 340. 340, let's just round it up, 50, 60, 75, so 375 plus what I've bought already. So we're probably looking at about $410 all up on the things I've shown you today, plus the other presents that I've told you are already in the North Island. So $410. I've got one gift that I need to get overseas, and I don't know what that will be. I'll probably buy it in their country of origin and just get it posted to them locally. I'm not going to send something from New Zealand over there because postage costs about $100 every time I do that. I'd rather spend the $100 on the gift than on the postage. So let's say all up, we've probably spent about $500 on holiday gifts. That's all right. We're a family of 4 with an extended family. So we're buying for our 2 kids, 3 nieces and nephews, a couple of parents, and then the odd friend, and the odd secret Santa. I think that's pretty good, personally. And on top of that, we'll also have a bit of extra food, which will be like special Christmas Day food. Well, I've got my voucher for that, my Christmas club that I bought in the first quarter of this year. So that's taken care of. I don't really need to worry about that. All up, my my savings challenge, I think it's $500 that I'm working towards. So if I can get that sorted, then that means, we saved for our Christmas through our challenge, even though I've already used some of the money. And, maybe for next year, just make sure that you're really onto it, because things like these beautiful books are going to come into the secondhand shops like in January. So keep your eye out and nab these things for $1. Set $10 aside for next Christmas and see how much you can get from the secondhand shops. That's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be putting aside a set of money, like my very first cash stuff after Christmas, and that's going to be for secondhand shop Christmas stuff. Because next year I'm going to be doing it even more frugally. This year $500. Next year I know the price of everything's going to go up, so Christmas is going to have to be reined in a little bit more and a little bit more. And that's okay. I'm okay with that because I've got an entire year to plan. So hopefully you guys can join me. Hopefully that gave you some ideas. And let me know in the comments below if you've got anything to share. Thanks so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.